For many years, Maya carried a weight in her heart. There was someone she loved dearly, but they had hurt her deeply in the past. Every day she saw them, living under the same roof, sharing space, yet there was a wall between them, built by the unhealed wounds of the past. She longed to forgive, to let go of the bitterness, but the memories kept resurfacing like shadows in the night. The more she tried to move forward, the more the past clung to her thoughts. She couldn't form a true connection with them, not because she didn't love them, but because every time she looked at them, the hurt was right there, standing in the way. The resentment was like a tangled knot in her chest that wouldn't loosen, no matter how hard she tried to unravel it. One evening, desperate for peace, Maya went to a wise master in a small village. She poured her heart out to him, telling him of the pain that gripped her every single day. "I want to forgive," she said, her voice trembling. "But every time I try, the past creeps in and I can't seem to escape it. How do I forgive someone I live with, someone I love, but can't forget what they have done?" The master sat silently, listening intently. After a long pause, he spoke softly. "Maya, forgiveness is not a single act, it's a process. It's like a river that begins with a trickle but grows wider and deeper with time. When you hold on to the past, it dams the flow of your peace. But the river doesn't stop, it just waits to flow freely again." Maya listened intently. Though still unsure, she said, "I understand, but how do I begin? The pain still feels so fresh, I can't seem to let go." The master smiled and said, "Imagine the pain you carry as a heavy stone you have been holding in your hands for years. Each time the past resurfaces, you grip it tighter, thinking it will somehow protect you and give you answers. But all it does is weigh you down." Maya looked down at her hands as if she could feel the weight of that stone herself. "Forgiveness is not about pretending the pain never happened," the master continued. "It's about choosing to release the grip on that stone little by little. You don't have to throw it into the river all at once. You begin by acknowledging it, then slowly, gently setting it down." Maya's heart felt heavy, yet there was a glimmer of understanding. "But what if the stone keeps calling me back?" she said. "What if the pain keeps resurfacing no matter how hard I try to let go?" The master nodded. "It will. The stone will always try to pull you back into its grip. But forgiveness isn't about perfection, it's about practice. Every time the pain rises, ask yourself, what am I holding on to and why? Let yourself feel the anger, the hurt, the fear. But then remind yourself, I don't need to carry this weight anymore." Maya took a deep breath, feeling the weight of his words settle in her chest. She thought of the person she loved and the hurt that had lived between them for so long. "So, forgiveness isn't a one-time thing?" she asked. The master's voice was gentle but firm. "No, it's an unfolding. You'll have to return to the process over and over as the past continues to whisper in your ear. But with each small release, you'll find yourself lighter. Each time you set the stone down, you free your heart a little more." Maya left the master's presence feeling a quiet shift within her. She understood that the road to forgiveness wasn't an event, it was the journey of healing. It wasn't about erasing the past, it was about choosing over and over again to set down the weight that no longer served her. That night, when she came face to face with the person who had hurt her, she felt the familiar sting of resentment rise. But instead of tightening her grip on the stone, she whispered to herself, "I choose peace and I don't need to carry this anymore." And with that, she let the first piece of stone fall. The next day, she did it again and again and again. Over time, she learned that true forgiveness didn't come from a single act. It came from the willingness to choose healing every time the past tried to drag her back. With each step, the river of peace within her began to flow more freely, and the connection she longed for began to flourish once again. As Maya continued to choose forgiveness, something beautiful began to happen. Slowly but surely, the distance between her and the person she loved began to close. The walls of resentment and hurt, which once stood so tall, began to crumble. They started to see each other through fresh eyes that no longer carried the weight of the past wounds. Instead of pain, they shared more laughter, more love, more kindness. Their bond grew deeper, stronger, and more beautiful than it had ever been before. What had once been a relationship marked by silence and walls now flourished into one of understanding and connection. Maya found herself no longer just existing beside this person, but truly living with them, hand in hand, in love and peace. It was as though by forgiving, she had unlocked a new depth of their relationship, a love that was now free from the chains of the past. So, my friends, the moral of the story is forgiveness is not a one-time act, but a continuous choice to release the past, to let go of the weight that hinders your peace. It is a journey that brings healing, not just to the person we forgive, but to ourselves. Only when we set down the stones of resentment, we can allow the river of love and connection to flow freely again, creating a deeper and a more beautiful relationship. This is from Whispers of Wisdom to your heart. Live, learn, and grow. I'll see you soon.